So what does it take to get into Google? Let's ask a Google software engineer. Let's ring the bell.
Hey Robin, what are you doing here?
Oh, I wanted to ask how you get into Google.
Okay, I could tell you, but I'm about to go skiing.
Oh, you're going skiing? May I join you?
Yeah, you can come along.
And you also tell me how you get into Google, okay?
All right.
Okay, people, finally here at the skiing spot, and I don't know, it's crazy. Everywhere is snow is falling as well a little bit. Natser is around, we're getting our ski suit and everything, and we'll go ski. Alright, sir, so Google or Microsoft?
I think that's an easy one.
What
Google.
is that? Okay, yeah, that was easy one. Maybe harder, is that Python or Java for you?
For programming in or for what purpose?
What language the interviewer would prefer?
Super different languages, right? Like, so if you're comparing them for use, it's a very different question.
Okay.
But I think for interviewing, you always have a limited time.
Yeah.
You know, half an hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes. So you want a language that you can write quickly and show that you can implement your algorithm or implement your solution without getting caught up with syntax. So personally, I think using like a scripting language or a language like Python or JavaScript for interviews, if there's not a requirement on the language, is my preference. I think you can write code a lot faster and get your point across, which is what you're trying to do.
We moved to the skiing area and climbed uphill to ski.
All right, so basically, I've never taught anyone to ski, but basically right here, get your skis wide, and you can see you can start going down a little, and you can stay pretty slow like that.
Woo! No! I was super excited to ski for the first time, but as soon as I started sliding, I crashed. Whew.
Okay, so how are we feeling?
Scary.
Yeah, so you'll need to turn.
How do I come up?
You'll have to use me. I'm blocking you, so you should be able to stand up.
Okay, I'll go the sideways.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if you go, the more sideways you go, the less
no.
speed you'll have. So you'll need to raise that, yeah?
I crashed and crashed and crashed, and I decided to ask one more question. Okay, people, we are on the way to ski, and I have fallen I don't know how many times, Matza.
Under 20.
Yeah. Cool, but this is time for the interview video. So how did you prepare for your interview, especially the technical interviews?
What I did was wake up super early, maybe like 5 a.m.
In the morning?
In the morning, and then every day spend like an hour or two doing practice technical interview questions, because that's the most common across like most tech jobs from what I've seen, or at least bigger ones.
Okay.
So I would do those on LeetCode for like an hour.
Okay.
At least like 1 hour. And then one thing I did, LeetCode doesn't really it doesn't prepare you for actually being in an interview talking to someone, which is a lot of what this kind of skill you have to practice. And so what I did was found friends that were also preparing for interviews or practicing, and we would interview each other. So we would pick a time, and one person would find a question and understand that question, and then you would do an actual call, and we're using like a Google Doc or something, and pretend you're the interviewer. Have one person pretend to be the interviewer and give the question. So then it feels kind of like the stress that you might feel in an actual interview. And then when you're giving the interview, you start to see what it's like to be an interviewer and what kind of signs people give or what you might be looking for. It's good practice to see what it's like to give the interview, but also to have the practice of having someone in person, like call you up, answer the phone, and do your interview on a Google Doc. And have to explain what you're doing and things like that.
Okay, more questions coming up, and let's get back to skiing.
Nice.
And I hope I don't crash this time.
I think
You think I will?
well, let's try to get to the bottom.
Right. Okay, cool.
Looking good so far. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna make it. Pizza?
Nice. Careful. Oh. How was it?
I like it. Though I fall, I like it. Finally, I made it to the bottom without falling, and immediately we upgraded to the upper station. Okay, people, it looks like we made to the next level, or at least, I don't know, we suddenly got into the next level, but I
Graduated.
I did it once without falling. I'm having too much fun today, I guess. I did not expect ski would be that fun.
Or that hard.
Or at least, yeah, it's hard,
a good challenge.
yeah, good challenge, and I am a challenge lover. That's why I'm with Manser.
Yeah.
If you want to be with Manser, be a challenge lover.
Oh yeah.
That hill was even steeper and I crashed even more. So we went for lunch, and after that, one more question. So if you have to remember Google interview back in time, that was years ago, probably, like in 2019.
Yeah,
How was
2019.
the day? How was the stress level?
Oh,
and
how
so
was the
on?
day? Well, it didn't begin with the day interviewing on campus. It was two parts. First, I did a phone interview. That was like shorter, like 45 minutes or half an hour. And that's kind of was like the screening interview. So I passed that interview, and then the recruiter scheduled going on campus to do a full day. So the full day was, I think, 3 or 4 technical interviews and one kind of more experience-based, like talking about projects you've worked on and talking about leadership roles and things like that. So I think I did like 2 or 3 technical interviews, had lunch with someone, got to do a quick little like seeing the cafeteria and things like that, meeting a Googler, and then I did the kind of personality one where you talk about projects. So I think it's always good to have prepared a few projects that you want to talk about, because you can expect interviewing anywhere, you're going to be asked about at least 1 or 2 projects you've worked on.
Okay.
And so you should think about what things stand out on your resume, because anything on your resume could be chosen as something you kind of need to explain or talk about. So I like to kind of prepare for those. So those were the things I talked about in that interview. And then maybe one more technical interview. And I was so tired by the last one that I think I did the worst in the last round, because my brain was just fried. Because you're just like, it's like probably like 5 hours of interviewing. It's hard. It was super fun, but it is hard.
Cool. Now that we have to land and stop filming, you guys be able to make it without a fall dispenser?
I believe, as long as you remember to eat your pizza.
Okay, one more question down, sir. Talking about internships, it's super difficult for a student, or at least difficult for a student to land an internship over the years. And if it is freshman or sophomore, it's even more difficult.
Yeah.
How did you land into your first internship?
Actually, I think for like 3 years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I failed like every internship technical interview I did, like every time. I'd get so nervous and didn't really do much preparation, and so I didn't get an internship at a tech company, like a true technology company, until like my senior year. I finally got one. I did one summer at Qualcomm before I graduated. But another thing that has helped me is using your connections. Like if you know anyone at any of these companies, which is hard because often you don't, but whenever you have someone you know, it's always worth trying to see if they can give you tips or refer you or something, because I know for that one, I had someone at the company that gave me a referral, and so that helped me at least get an interview, because sometimes that's the hardest part.
With that, we come again to the landing section. After a lot of skiing, we finally started driving back, and as always, I asked my stupid question, the girlfriend question. Let me ask you one more question. The question is, of course, what do you think about this? Do programmers have a girlfriend, or they don't?
Why? I've seen you always asking this question. Why?
I mean,
why are you asking it?
I'm just curious. Like,
do you think they wouldn't?
Yeah, because people say it. Programmers don't have girlfriends.
I think that times have changed. Programmers are cool now.
Oh yeah. I can never thank Matt sir enough for what he has done for me. But anyway, let me do it one more time in this video. Matt sir, if you are watching this video, thank you. There are more days with Matt sir coming up. We'll meet you in another video. Stay tuned. And also, we crossed 1500 subscribers. So as we reach 2000 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. So subscribe. Subscribe. Bye bye.
We've been acting out for days, nothing to deny. Blown up because it goes through the halls.
In the trees?
Yeah, you can ski through the trees.
Oh, through the trees, but
Yeah.
not on top of the trees.
Oh, you can ski on top of the trees if you're good enough.
Really?
Just no one's ever done it before.
तो लाइक और शेयर ठोक दीजिए महाकाल का से दबा के लाइक और शेयर ठोक दीजिए।